Good morning, student. See, now we are going to discuss about our book back questions for Unit 1. Okay. See, the first comes choose the best answer. The first question will be 40 ml of methane is completely burnt using 80 ml of oxygen at room temperature. The volume of gas left after cooling to room temperature is the question. Okay. Actually, here 40 ml of methane. So methane means it is represented by CH4. That is burned completely. The question asked, what the question asked is that we have to find the remaining amount of gas, that is the remaining volume of gas left after cooling to room temperature. See, when this kind of question comes means first you have to frame the equation from the given hint. Okay, here they have given methane. So now methane along with that oxygen, it is burnt with oxygen. So which means methane, CH4 plus oxygen, that is the reactant. So based on that we have to find the product. So here, let me show the reaction. See here, CH4, methane reacts with oxygen to give the product form will be carbon dioxide and water molecule. So first of all, we have to balance the reaction. Here I have mentioned in the font of red color. Okay. See, the reactant in the hydrogen, that is the hydrogen in the reactant side will be 4. The same we have to balance in the product side also. Here 2 hydrogen. See, suppose if I multiply it with 2, then I will get 4. So both the reactant side and the product side, the hydrogen gets balanced. So like that, you have to check for all the compound also. Okay. See here, oxygen in the reactant side 2. Okay, that we have to compare with the product side oxygen also. So which means here you see 2 into 2 4 and here 2 into 2 4. So both the side oxygen gets balanced. Okay, so which means now the reaction is stoichiometrically a balanced equation. Okay. See now the option given in your book will be this 4 options given. See first, for your understanding purpose, I have framed the solution in the tabular column form. Okay. See first, actually this problem is based on the stoichiometry. Okay. See now we have to find the coefficient. We all know what are the coefficient. Their moles are said to be the coefficient. Okay. See here, CH4 is the reactant and oxygen is also a reactant, but carbon dioxide is a product. Okay. So that we have. I am written like this. Okay. See now, in the question, they didn't ask anything about the water. See here, this methane is in gaseous phase, oxygen is in gaseous phase, carbon dioxide is also in gaseous phase, and water is in liquid phase. In the question, they are asking only about the gas. They didn't ask anything about the water. So here I am not mentioned anything about water. Okay, because of that reason. So now the stoichiometric coefficient is simply their moles. So here 1 mole of CH4 and oxygen is in 2 moles. That only I have mentioned here. 2 moles of oxygen and the carbon dioxide in the reactant side will be only 1 mole. Here only 1 mole. So that only I have mentioned here. So next will be the volume of reactants that are allowed to react. See here in the question itself they gave 40 ml of methane and then 80 ml of oxygen. So that only I have mentioned here, 40 ml and then 80 ml. The next comes here only reactant. Okay, so don't worry about the product. The next will be the volume of reactants, reactor and then the product form. Methane will be the 40 ml and oxygen will be 80 ml. Then The carbon dioxide will be 40. That is 80 minus 40 will be the 40. So this will be the product. So now from this we have to find. Here the product form will be the 40 ml because they are asking only about the volume of gas. They didn't ask anything about water. So only the answer fully deals with only the gas, that is carbon dioxide. So we have to check which answer is based on this term. So now here you see 40 ml of carbon dioxide gas and the water is in liquid state. Okay, and it always the same at room temperature. So the option A will be the right one. Okay. So this is about the problem 1. So next we'll move on to the second problem. Here the second question given in your book is that an element X has the following isotopic composition. We all know what is meant by an isotope. The isotope means it will have the same atomic number but different mass number. That is said to be an isotope. Here in this question they have given 3 isotope form. See here, this is one isotope. Here this refers to the atomic number. Here 1 will be the atomic number and here also 1 will be the atomic number. So now this 200, this is said to be a mass number. Here mass number, this is also a mass number. So now all these 3 compound will have the same atomic number 1. Here no means no number, so I am mentioning it as 1 for understanding purpose. And here this 200, 199 and then 202, that refers to the mass number. Okay, so isotope means it will have same atomic number but different mass number. That is said to be an isotope. So now the weighted average atomic mass of the element X is closest to what? This is the question they asked. See, first based on this term I have simplified it as the mass number 200 multiplied by this 90. Okay, and now 199 into 8 from the second one and 202 into 2. Here everything given in percentage. Okay, so only I have divided it by percentage because they have mentioned in percentage. Okay, so now the next comes, we have to simplify this answer. So now once if we simplify, we get the answer as 199.96. Okay, see 96 unit or AMU. So approximately we have to check with the option. See here in our option this 199, that is after decimal, when the number exceeds 5 or more than 5, then we have to approximate it as 1. Okay, here 1.199.96. Here the number exceeds above 5. When it exceeds or equal to 5, then we have to approximate it as 1. You understood? So which means it will become 200U. Okay, so the option B is the answer here. So now we'll move on to the next problem. Here in the third question they have given assertion. See, assertion means it is simply a fact. Okay, so 2 mole of glucose contains 12.044 into 10 to the power 23 molecules of glucose. Here the reason that they have given will be the total number of entities present in 1 mole of any substance is equal to 6.02 into 10 to the power 22. Have you checked any mistake here? Yes. See here, we all know what is the Avogadro number. See, 1 mole will be equal to Avogadro number, right? So Avogadro number will be given by 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. This is said to be an Avogadro number, right? But here in the reason they have given 6.022 into 10 to the power 22. Here itself we can find whether it is right or wrong. We all know 1 mole will be equal to the Avogadro number. So now we have to check with the option here. Okay. So the first one will be both assertion and reason are true and the reason is the correct explanation of assertion. No, this is not the right answer because here the assertion given and the reason given will be totally different, and also the assertion is right, but here the reason, that is the number, that is the mole number they have given is wrong. It's not matching with the Avogadro number. So in this option C only is relevant to the question. Okay, because the assertion is true. What they given is true. Okay, but the reason is false. Why it is false? Because it is not matching with the Avogadro number. Here it's not matching. Okay, so only the reason is false. Okay, so next we'll move on to the fourth problem. See here in this question, the carbon forms two oxides, namely carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. We all know carbon monoxide will be given by CO and carbon dioxide will be given as CO2. Now, the equivalent mass of which element remains constant? So, based on the given data, we have to write the equation. That is reaction, first reaction we have to write. Okay, see now, in this reaction 1, based on the data given in the question, carbon monoxide. So now carbon monoxide will be formed from carbon and oxygen. So which means here 2 carbon, here also 2 carbon, and oxygen 2 oxygen, and here also 1 into 2 2. So both the reactant and the product get balanced. So which means it is a stoichiometrically balanced equation. Okay. See now we have to find their equivalent mass, right? That is the question they asked. So now from this equation we can write 2 carbon. In the reactant side 2 carbons are there. So which means we all know the atomic mass of carbon will be 12. For 1 carbon it is 12. Here 2 moles are there. So only I have write it as 2 into 12. Okay, 2 into 12. So which means 24. We get the answer 24. And now here 2 oxygen. Okay, here this is a reactant. Here this is also a reactant, right? Carbon monoxide is the product. So now 2 oxygen. For the atomic mass of 1 oxygen will be 16. So now 2 moles are there. So 2 into 16 will be 32. Okay. See now we have to simplify it. See 24, that is for carbon, and 32 for oxygen, into 8. So now this 32 minus 24 we get 8. That is for the carbon. Okay. So which means if we simplify this, we get the answer as 6. Okay, this is for carbon monoxide. The same method we have to follow for the carbon dioxide also. Here the first reaction will be carbon along with oxygen we get carbon dioxide. Here you see in the reactant side we are having only 1 mole of carbon So only one carbon. So one carbon means 12. Here in previous reaction 2 carbon. So 2 into 12. This is reactant. This is also a reactant. So now oxygen 2 into, here 2 oxygen are there. So only 2 into 16. So which means we get 32. See now this 12 gram of carbon. Okay, because the equivalent mass will be, sorry, the atomic mass will be 12. So 12 gram of carbon combines with 32 gram of oxygen. So like that, how we can tell for this reaction 1, 24 gram of carbon reacts with 32 gram of oxygen, or it combines with 32 gram of oxygen, right? See now, the equivalent mass of carbon for this carbon dioxide will be calculated as the same as we did for the reaction 1. Carbon will be 12, that is divided by oxygen 32. So now, on subtracting both this, then we get 8. Okay, because here carbon and oxygen, both the reaction they remains the same, only their moles get changed and the products formed will be different. Okay, so carbon and oxygen will be the same, so only in both the reaction we are writing as 8, that is 32 minus 24. So now the answer obtained will be 3. See, on comparing reaction 1 and the reaction 2, you can tell that the moles of oxygen that remains the same. Here you see carbon in the reaction 1 it is 24, whereas in the reaction 2 it is 12. So that is not same, they are different. Whereas here you see 32, it gets same as when we compare to the reaction 2, 32. Both the side they remains the same. So which means we can tell oxygen will be the right answer. You understood? Okay. So now we'll move on to the next problem. Fifth problem. Here the question given is the equivalent mass of a trivalent metal element is 9 gram per equivalent. So now the question they ask is the molar mass of its anhydroxide oxide. So here in the question they gave trivalent. See, the trivalent means, tri means 3, okay, and the valence will be the plus. They didn't say anything about the ion. So now we are mentioning it as 3. So trivalent, that refers to 3, okay, 3 plus, and here they are given the metal, so which means M3 plus. So now, so from the data we have to frame the solution. Okay, so now the equivalent mass will be given by mass of the metal divided by valency factor. This you know well. So now in the question they have given 9 gram equivalent. So that only I have mentioned here. 9 gram equivalent, that is equal to mass of the metal divided by valency factor. Here the valency will be 3 plus. This 3 plus refers to the valency. So now that we have to mention in equivalence, because the valency factor will be expressed as per equivalence. So which means on cross multiplying, this 3 will come to this side. So which means 9 into 3, both this equivalence will get cancelled. So now that is this and this gets cancelled. So now we get 9 into 3 will be 27. So next term will be the molar mass of its anhydroxide oxide. So the oxide form. So that is the metal reacts with the oxide. So which will be given by M2O3. Okay. So now the mass of the oxide will be given by, that is you have to calculate the molecular mass. See here, the metal, their mass of the metal we have calculated here as 27. So now 2 moles are there. So 2 into 27 plus here 3. We all know the oxygen atomic mass will be 16. So which means 3 into 16. So now 54 plus 48. So the answer will be 102. So now the right answer for this question will be 102. Okay. So based on the question, we have to frame the data and also we have to go by step. Okay, and also you have to read the question thoroughly. So which will be easier for you, and you can make the answer very easily.